It's me, Maggio. Hello. How's it going, everybody? Oh, now look at this. Look at the guy barely moves. How come? Something always breaks. Let me see. I can fix this. How's it going, everybody? Happy surprise Saturday stream to you. I was just sitting around doing nothing, so I was like, you know what? Might as well hop on the thing and do the thing. So that's what we're gonna do. Is the thing. Um. Hmm. Let's see. How do I make this guy pop a little more? There we go. A little more. Might have to fuss with this later because it's just a. Yeah, there we go. Oh, testing, testing. Something like that. I don't know. We could make him a little shorter. There we. Something like that. That works for now. Hey, so how's it going, everybody? Josh Pritt. We're getting an RPG time in. Major Rage. Surprise Saturday stream indeed. Happy Saturday to you. And DD Dragon just woke up and saw this. from me to you. A personal gift. My time. And yeah, we're going to play some more Super Mario RPG. So like I said, we're just sitting around doing nothing. Got guests. But that's not till later, so we're just gonna hang out and do the thing. I'm sorry to hear about your dryer. Oh, Cinco coming in with the Nintendo reference. I like that we could get this stuff out of the way first. We have certain prerequisites. Here's the Tolkien reference for the day. J.R.R. Tolkien is cool. There. And then now we can happily continue with our adventure. Cinco play. How's it going? Happy surprise Saturday stream to you. We're here at Seaside Town, and everybody's spooky. That is a Throfer cookie. Oh, you can give them to the Throfers, huh? Throfers? That's fun to say. Say it with me, class. Throfers. I got you working overtime? Well, I actually have no idea what to say about that. You know, I used to be an employer, and I would make my employees work overtime. I'd force them to. It was legally binding. Alright, these are all like zombies in here. Zombie. Bit. Yeah, this is why I have an abusive relationship with chat, pretty much. It's the same exact reason. Oh, this guy. Hello there. You're Mario, right? Do you remember me? We met at Tadpole Pond when I was a tadpole. I've graduated from the Frog Sage's school, and I'm searching for the meaning of life. It's been so quiet around here, it's almost eerie. Is something going on? It probably doesn't concern me, but if you have any frog coins, I've got some neat items to sell. Alright, he sells a Sia, which is run from battles. Using this will not consume it. And earlier times, I don't remember that being a thing. Use it to start a battle over. Using this will not consume it. Whoa, the wizard in blue. What's going on? I think I haven't talked to you in years. Right? How long's it been, wizard in blue? If you're the same wizard in blue that I remember. You might not be. Okay, we got a couple cool items here too. XP booster coin trick. I'm a greedy little duck, so I'm going to get the coin trick. Cuts FP use in half during battle. I mean, these are all good stuff. But coin trick it is. I'm going to get to the coin trick. Who will equip it? So only Mario can equip it. Okay. Good to know. Oh, yeah. I think it feels like years. Oh, you've been lurking. Well, I appreciate that. I really do. You're welcome to say hi anytime you're able, but thanks so much for watching the streams. You'll fit right in. Yeah, we got mages, we got wizards, got dragons, and then friggin' Cinco play doesn't even have any theme at all. No, I'm just kidding. Is this a Gandalf Saruman thing? Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, this guy. Yeah, okay. Did you... Now I'm trying to remember how far back we go. Were you on WordPress? Wizard in Blue. Were you sent across the sea from Valinor uh, to be a part of the White Council? Was this where we first met? You know what? Zoom shoes are pretty cool, but what do we got here? True form pin. How about we swap here? Yeah. Zoom shoes. Okay, awesome. Sure. There we go. Tolkien's lost novel, The Tale of Syncope. In a hole in the ground, there lived a syncope. Not a neat, clean, or cozy hole. No, it was a cinco hole, and that means discomfort. It was a wet, sandy, disgusting... This... I bet you didn't think you were going to get improv Tolkien writing on a Saturday. Because who else on Twitch and YouTube is going to give you that on a Saturday? Come on now. One of the Blue Wizards not mentioned this summer. Oh, I knew it. Alatar or, shoot. I always forget the other guy's name. Oh, it's Palando and Alatar. Those are those two guys' names.
Finally, it took you long enough. I'm the elder of this village. I got to my exalted station in life by pleasing my superiors, which is something I do well. A star has fallen into the ocean. I need it for a certain purpose. You must find it for me.
Oh, spooky, yes? Everybody here talks like Bill Shatner. You ever notice that? Like, look at this guy. Oh, if I could get up there. It's such a high height.
He's all, you're collecting stars, right? Only 3 more to go.
They're not zombies. They're just Bill Shatner. Hey, congrats on your package. The first... Hey! You know what? Like I always tell you, Cinco, kids are watching, all right? So you gotta tone it down now. It was a fine joke. It was a fine joke once upon a time.
You will find the village elder in his house. He is the most important, respected person around here. This guy. If you want to enter the ocean, jump into the whirlpools.
All right. I don't know anything about Star Trek, so that's it. They keep spinning and spinning. This is the guy that creeped me out when I was a kid. Like, that's just spooky stuff. Morenetar and Romistamo didn't do their jobs correctly. Oh, is that the Quenya version of their names? I think I gave the Sindarin version of their names. I think. But holy smokes, this guy, right? Wizard in Blue just floored me right here. That's pretty well done. All right, I think we can get out of here. What do these guys say?
You may not enter here. This is a restricted area.
Same guy?
No. There is nothing of interest here. Don't bother looking inside.
Okay, then we won't.
Let's go.
Drops a mic in Maiar. Okay, now do you know the language of the Maiar and the Valar? Described by Tolkien as the sounds of swords glittering against each other. Painful to listen to. I read that and I was like, oh, baby. Oh, we're going to do everything. I just don't remember how to get there, though, Cinco. So you're going to have to remind me. I have no mouth, but I must scream. And a Buena's Blob collection for the PS5. Oh, yeah. Did you ever play the sequel, I Have No Bladder and I Must Urinate? That was the sequel. Those stupid Saturdays. Why do I got to do this? Huh? Because it's fun, that's why. Okay, ooh, look at this guy.
Been a while since people came around here. Would you like to buy something, Super Mario?
How do you know my name?
I know all names.
Well, we don't really need that super hammer, but I kind of want to have every item anyway. Hurley glove. That's a really cool one. I enjoy Hurley Glove quite a bit. There's a lot of things here. It's a good thing we got the coin trick because gonna need some of that.
Since you shopped here, I'll tell you this. The ship sank into the briny sea because a giant squid attacked it. Some people went in to survey it, but they never came back.
Spooky, yes? Yeah, it's a little spooky. Alright. I'm not a huge fan of these two dungeons. There's nothing offensive about them. I just don't like ghost ship dungeons. Not because they're spooky or anything like that. I just don't like them. Okay? And we all have our preferences, right?
Oh yeah, Princess Peach has got it.
Why doesn't Peach have an Italian accent? Oh yeah, speaking of Peach, we just rescued her on... I love that one so much. We just rescued her on Mario 64. Beat that this morning. 120 stars, baby. You know, I got to the end and I was like, what the heck? I got all the dang stars. Where's the last two? I forgot that Toad gives you stars if you talk to him. Every time. Yeah, this was a difficulty spike right here. They definitely was. Oh, Wizard in Blue knows his stuff right here. I have no nose, but I still smell. Whew! That's good. That's a good one. See, there could have been a whole series of these. Really could. You don't need to play that, you live it? Oh, my. Okay, Blue says, the Maiar and the Valar were collectively known as the Ainur. Though the Valar were of lesser power and majesty, their numbers unknown and few were named, and not all took visible shapes in Middle-earth. Pulling the deep lore. Yeah, I actually can't remember what the name of the language that the Valar spoke was called. Let me see. There's a lot of... Oh, Valarine. The eldest speak. The eldest speech was the language of the Ainur. Because they would mostly speak telepathically. But, for example, the Valarine word for the tree Telperion is Imbrin di... I can't read that. It's like 20 things long. Can't do it. So Mario RPG. Oh, it was the best. Still the best. So they would speak Sindarin when they spoke to the elves, but they did have their own language as well. Valarine. I first encountered it in The Nature of Middle-earth, which was a recent Tolkien book that released like 2 years ago. I hadn't heard about that at all previously. But yeah, I love the description of it. Like, it's painful to listen to. Even the elves find it excruciating to listen to. It's like the sound of swords clashing against each other. What a cool description for a language, man. I don't like ghost ships. Oh, I am an alien. Here's my UFO sound. I am from the planet Neptulon. Now, that would explain a lot if like my parents called me tomorrow and were like, you know what, you were an alien. I was like, oh. That explains why I don't fit in here. Oh, there's so much lore. It's crazy that there's so much lore that they're still releasing new lore. So like this book, I don't know if you've read it. It reads a lot more like a textbook than anything. It's kind of part of Christopher's History of Middle-earth series, although it was released after Christopher's death. There we go. So good. Oh yeah, we got to do a Thought Peek. It has like Tolkien's notes for like figuring out how long the gestation period is for elves, how long it takes them to go through adolescence, what elvish puberty is like, what elvish conception is like. There's an insane amount of things that he did that were like mathematically oriented. Can you believe it? I get confused with those no good star slaps. Oh, yeah, I can believe that. Because they're both stars.
Once again. Oh, you get to hit him again.
Oh, since you're not working today, Cinco, can I do the voice? Can I do the voice? Can I do the voice, please? Or is that still off limits? I know Ravaging Justice never came back. And I'm waiting, too. When he does, I'm going to let him have it with the voice. Oh, there we go. Got it. And he says, let's face it, I can't keep drifting forever. You know what? You do you. Let's use a meat mushroom. Here we go. Questioner, found you during one of your FF playthroughs back in 23. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now you're on Twitter, right? Or formerly known as Twitter. Oh, you are working today. Okay, I won't distract you then. Gotta respect the man who's getting the work done. He works hard for the money. He worked hard for the money. He worked hard for the money. So you better treat him right. Pretty sure that's how the song went. Let's see now. We are going to do this one. Or we just keep dumping that in there. There we go. What's the chance? Wesley Shantz on YouTube says, saw a headline about a new Tolkien work just discovered. Well, you know what? Like last year, they announced that they discovered a new Chopin piece. So if they're still discovering new Chopin, they could still discover new Tolkien. Tell me more, Cinco. He said nuked almost everybody in the background, just working on developing games. You know what? That's the way to go, Wizard in Blue. Serious talk. I'm 100% considering walking away from just about everything. Like the past year, watched 10 years of work just fall apart. And I don't know how much more of this I want to do. Like, it's fun to do the streaming stuff, but social media is like almost 1,000% a miserable experience. Like, there's like a fraction of that is really fun. You will still meet cool people who enjoy talking about cool stuff or can laugh at jokes and things like that. But most of it is just like an algorithm forcing you into a corner of misery. And it's like, how much longer do we have to put up with this? When are we going to get... Oh, no! When are we going to get something to replace social media? That's my big question. I just waltzed right past that guy. No! When are we going to get something to replace social media? That is the million-dollar question as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, so I fully respect that you decided to take a step back. I have heard a lot of creators are doing that right now. A lot of people I know who regularly create content are just like, I don't even check socials. I don't check comments anymore. I just make my stuff and people can squabble about it in the comments, which is kind of sad, you know? I remember 10 years ago when I started my blog, I loved waking up and seeing a bunch of new comments, but things have just dramatically changed over time. Oh, we can't go back that way. So I don't know. It's the world climate. It's the way the algorithms work, but max respect to you for taking a step back and just focusing on the work itself. Wish I was getting money on this one at this point. The project cost me money and I still have to fulfill. I'm sure you're a wise guy, Cinco. I'm sure there's decent reasons for you doing that.
Oh, let's go down into the water.
The water looks fantastic in this, by the way. Looks like a big gelatinous gel of water. Oh, yeah. Got a max mushroom, baby. Wait. How long is Tolkienian Elvish puberty? You want me to get the book? I'll get the book. Hang on one second. We can look this up. Too legit. Too legit to go back on your promises. That's good. Favorite thing about social media at this point is just posting offensive Final Fantasy memes. From a burner account, right? Because you will get death threats on your real account if you post offensive Final Fantasy memes. Oh, and congratulations to all my friends who actually still care about Final Fantasy VII Remake. I guess they announced the third one is going to be called FF7 Revelation. So there you go. Hopefully, like the book of Revelation in the Bible, it ends all this stuff. And and they can get back to making something else. Only engage in social media for sharing games and art than going to people's chats. Yes, that's the way to go. Did the Blue Wizard redemption work? I think so. That one makes me take a drink. Oh, Major Rage TV, 105 stream streak. I just noticed. My goodness. Okay. Long enough for them to get over the ill effects of social media. Wesley, you got to tell me about this Tolkien thing. New Tolkien work that was just discovered. Tell me about that. Let me see. Suplex Train is a burner account. Yeah, no, because it's a burner account. That's why you haven't gotten any threats. If it was your personal account, they'd come after you. Number 2 is Tolkien's elves take 50 to 100 years to mature. So, I don't know how well the... because this book is, again, fairly new. I think it's from 2023. I don't know how well the search engines... how up on all this stuff there is. So, like, half the book is about elvish life cycles. And it shares his early concepts as well as his sort of later resolutions of these concepts. So, like, for example, initially he had elves needing to gestate in the womb for like 100 human years. And then eventually he was like, okay, that's ridiculous. So then he made it a solid year, which he calls a sun year. Then there's things like Valian years that take place in Valinor. It's kind of dark in here, so I can't see too well. He figured out how long it would take for the initial families of elves to populate. He figured out why elves don't have so many children. And that one you're going to have to look up yourself. Like I said, this is a PG-13 chat, so I can't share that. But Tolkien had a reason for why elves would have like a max of like 3 kids. Let's see. Depends on which version. No, Blue Wizard is the silence. You stop talking? Oh, no. I stopped talking because I ran out the room. I had to go get this book. That I'm flipping through right now. I don't remember where he writes down how long elvish puberty is. It's a significant length of time, though. And then he knew he painted himself into a corner, right? Because he's got full-blooded elves. Then he's got Numenorians, which are like half elves that chose mortality. Then he's got Elrond's daughter, Arwen, who is full elf, but then chooses mortality. So ages at a different rate than Aragorn, whom she marries. Oh, of course I have them all. They're all in it. I mean, at this point, I own everything he ever wrote. So, I think. So I'm good. I even just got last year, for my birthday, I got a collection of his poems, some of which that hadn't been released before. I think it was like around 700 poems. I have not read them all. But yeah, big fan. So gotta own all that stuff. I need to go spray my dishes. What? That one doesn't make any sense. That one was a little silly. Oh, Dragonlance reference. Oh, Mr. Tempered came in just in time. Too late for the too late for the Enindo comment. And just in time for the Lord of the Rings. Yeah! Get him, Wizard in Blue! Get him. Use the voice on him. Use the voice. Yeah, we'll double our coins. Sure, why not? Right here in the middle. Oh, it's way easier on this one than on the original. The original, it was like 2D, you know, so. Okay, so those make you go up. Let's see, I don't remember what all is around here. I mean, nothing really. Always my favorite section of games, beach areas. But then if you've got a ghost ship, I cease liking it. This is what I draw the line at ghost ships. I do. Nothing but love. Fight him with the power of love. Oh, John. John MCD. 86. How you doing? Thanks for joining us, huh? We're discussing the mating habits, the gestation periods, the puberty length, the adolescence, the longevity of the elves. They are not immortal. That is a common misconception about the elves. They can live forever. They do not necessarily live forever. If they stayed in Middle Earth, basically their spirits there, Fea, would consume their bodies, and they would eventually become unhoused spirits. Which I guess is a form of immortality, but it's basically like their entire personhood and personality would be eradicated. There's a page from the travel log.
Let's look at it. We're done for. A giant squid has got a hold of us. This ship's going down fast.
Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, this area. There's the Red Drama lore. If you need anybody to tell you some Tolkien lore, I'm here for you, Bubby. Just, yes, I'm here for you. Just an issue, yeah. Mr. Tempered has a lot of issues. We should change him to Mr. Triggered. Let's take a look at it.
The door to the cellar is locked with a 6-letter password. To get inside, you'll have to figure out the password using the 6 hints.
6 hints?
No, I didn't have to be 6 hints.
Ooh. I love the monster designs in here, though. I just don't like looking at all these planks of wood. That's the thing.
Whenever I reach out my hand, there you are.
Oh, that's a famous song in it. I think it is. Bong, bong. Let's swap to... Oh, it doesn't say their levels. But we'll swap to somebody else. Geno Whirl. Okay, I don't remember what this one looks like. Looks like that. I missed it, though. Spooky, yes? Oh, we get another attack? Okay. He's in need of a new weapon here. This is soy and whiny. Okay, let me scroll up here. I think I missed some stuff. Somebody mentioned Dragonlance. Okay, so Shantz said, "The Ward of the Soul, a prose homily written in Middle English in the early 13th century, will be published for the first time on 8 June as open access from a Spanish website." And this is a Tolkien piece? No, written in Middle English in the early 13th century. Okay. So what did Tolkien translate it? Is that what we're going with? Translation discovered among the author's papers held... Dang! Okay, that's pretty cool. New Tolkien dropping, y'all. Get ready. Get ready. Okay, let me see what else I missed here. John MCD says, social media has bad incentives. It rewards anger and roasting people you disagree with. I think that repeated mental states and behaviors, constant anger, strengthen patterns of activation, and make certain responses easier to trigger later. So a lot of us are quite literally getting neurologically programmed to be angry all the time because of social media. Can I have just a tiny bit of your soul? I can absolutely get behind that. That's probably the wisest thing I've heard about about social media. Oh, dang. Let's switch him out. Yeah, Peach has got it. Not really. Yeah, it seems like social media rewards hyperbole and exaggeration. So, you know, you'll often see something in all caps or somebody screaming about something. And that's how it goes. And that filters over into... no, not that one. That filters over into anger and all kinds of things. That's terrible. But spot on. Really spot on take. Let's see. Oh, I didn't know there was an upcoming Dragonlance novel. Let's see. If they stay in Middle Earth too long, their entire personality becomes Kingdom Hearts. Is that a commonality in the mind because of the nature of lore existing? I'm confused about the actual connection between Kingdom Hearts and Middle Earth. Fortunately, there's almost nothing in common with Middle Earth and Kingdom Hearts. Although I have seen crossovers in fan fiction, so that does exist. Come on, beat this chump. There he goes. Okay. What exactly did Knights of the Round Redeem do to your Discord? You get a unique role, which changes your name color, and also puts you right at the top of the list of guests in the Discord. So, there you go. I don't think there's any special access or anything that we did just yet. So, there's that. I don't know what else to tell you, but yeah, that's about it. And you're king of everything. There you go. That's the reward.
Oh yeah, good job.
Oh yeah, we got the princess now, so we're gonna have to see all the unique special up things. I don't know. I can't remember. All the triple attacks. That's right. Next round, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. It banned you from the pixels, which I don't run the pixels anymore anyway. So you can't go. You can go to the pixels or not. I have nothing. I'm not in charge there anymore. Passed it on. Let's see. Soy and whiny. That got me cracking up. That's hilarious. Okay, let me see. I think it just makes us look cool in the pixels. Yes. Yeah, it's kind of like a flex, basically. May just got it right. I did it because Red was having a bad day and I thought it would be fun. Oh, see, true friend right here. It is magnanimous. It is magnanimous. And he's seen a lot of this, so I guess what else are you going to use it on? You know, you got to save up for Paladin, you know? If you say something that's both relatable and slightly incorrect, you have a much better chance of going viral. Because some people will share it because they agree and others share it to correct you and feel superior. Definitely. In my experience, it's been really interesting to see something, quote unquote, go viral and people claim that it's engagement bait when it's not. When that was not the authorial intent behind it. Sleepy time. It said zonk one or more foes. You got to watch out for zonking. You know what? That's right. I forgot we were going to give her all the HP. So, yeah, it's weird that we live in a culture where people are so used to being baited that people will just see something that maybe is novel or something that they're unsure about. And they'll consider that bait. Spinning shell charge was a... Yeah, let's try this. Oh, the Boo crew right here. Yes! Yes! Oh yeah, that's actually pretty cool. That was one of the coolest things. That was one of the coolest things. Yeah, that's really well put, Cinco. That is super well put. Was king of everything before the redeem? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Mister just rolls in. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Cinco. Yeah, I stepped down. I have not recovered from October in many ways, and my creative output has been almost nothing. So I didn't want to hang up, the whole pixels to dry permanently, because there were a lot of writers there that enjoyed the process of writing. We still had a lot of connections with PR. People were still asking us to cover certain games. So I put it out there to see if anybody would be interested in taking over the pixels. And fortunately, one of our longtime writers, Ryan, aka Games with Coffee, he decided to work with me in taking it over. So it's under new management. I'm basically just the founder, and that's it. But I don't write for them anymore. I provide emotional support. I'm like an emotional support dog. No, I'm more like an emotional support alligator. But you get the point. So, 10 years. 10 years of writing for that site. And building it up from the wellreadmage.com into the pixels.com. And we got to do a lot of cool stuff. We got to meet a lot of cool people. I remember...
As I know you, you probably said to yourself, it's just a pile of dusty old bones. Think again.
Yeah, we got to do cool stuff like I got to chat with Charlie Martinet for a little bit. We did a huge Mario Day event where we had a different writer covering a bunch of different Mario games, well over 100 writers. I think it was something like 124 writers, something like that. And we published it all in one day, reviews for all these games. That was a lot of fun. It was called Super Mario Multiverse. That's right. Get him! Got him that time. Put me together, I fall apart. Always leave him wanting more. Oh yeah, how do you kill these? You got to use magic, right? Because I think let's use terrorize. Okay, terrorize is pretty cool. Remember that. Oh wait, earlier you had a nightmare about a mouse running by you, and the mouse trap went off. Tanky healer. Oh, that's what she's gonna be a regular paladin. Social media personality is an opposite of engagement bait. A joke hasn't truly succeeded until it's so layered and obscure that only one person gets it. Yes. I mean, does that apply to the burner account too? Because those are pretty accessible jokes, right? Hey, Wizard, dude, it was really, really good to chat with you. Let's talk more Tolkien next time. None of these schlubs know anything about the real high fantasy, so come back next time. We'll talk some deep, deep lore. All right? I mean, we'll talk like we could have trivia on Bilbo Baggins' family tree or something like that. But thanks for hanging out. I'm sorry I called you all schlubs. I was kidding. All right, there's a page.
Uncover the secret of the 6 hints. They're provided by different people. They be tough to solve. Maybe impossible. Yeah, impossible. Oh, it sounds scary, Mario.
It's not that bad, Luigi. It's not that bad. Got him. Boom. Nothing but a bunch of witches. They can't cite the deep lore. Yes. Because we were there when it was founded. Oh, I love it when there's like a Tolkien reference that crosses over into a Lewis reference. I just feel like Lewis needed a slightly more unique name. So that when you're like, oh, a Lewis reference, people aren't like, who's Lewis? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You got to get the CS. Lich, please. Hey, Mage, good luck with a dryer, yeah? Go back to drying things. I'll beat a couple of dry bones here for you in your honor to hope that that helps you with the drying machine. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on today either, but I'm going to just hang out.
What's that big Mario guy doing looking at a little old me?
I don't know.
Oh no, Bowser, he got the poison.
Yeah, you know, you're fine. I forgot how much I like this one. This is cool to see the boo, you know? Hey, Infinite Metal came in just in time. I was just thinking about you after yesterday. I was like, I didn't know that Infinite Metal knew his stuff when it came to C.S. Lewis. Have you ever read Till We Have Faces? I've mentioned it on stream before. We might have chatted about it, but I can't remember anything. So, his last novel, I think it's one of his best. You should read that if you've not read it. Yeah. Oh, this is the lore slinging, the hash slinging slash. Yeah. We gotta do more lore stuff. There's a lurk command. I gotta come up with commands for this. Anybody have an idea of what to do for commands? Cause like, I don't know. I rarely ever mess with you know, a lot of like the extra stuff that you can do, you know, like the job points and all that. I don't know. Well, you know what? I say here, sync of play, so here it is. Right? I initially called your suplex account your burner account, and you were like, no, it's not a burner account. So I was like, I'm gonna keep saying burner account and see how much it bothers him that people think it's his burner account. And now I know. So so thanks for the information. Okay, what's your actual point though here? You said funny, keep calling it about use it more than a main. I guess quoting lines from Clerks mashed up with scenes from mid-90s Final Fantasy is totally mainstream. I didn't say mainstream. I said accessible. And you could feel all obscure as long as you want. Unless you're citing, you know, like lengths of elvish adolescence or some Rankin and Bass animated sequence that nobody remembers. That's obscurity right there. But you know what, though? You should be proud of your obscure knowledge, particularly for the Famicom, because you've got a book coming. I'm not even getting paid for this. He said as he stuffed a single-play coupon deeper into his pockets. Group up? Yeah, right. Can we go home yet? I'm hungry. Well, what are they called? Enigmax. So, in the original, I don't think you could switch characters in mid-combat, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Ooh, we got poison gas. That is... It reminds me, first of all, a lot of... it reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy X, where you could just, on the fly, just switch characters out in a turn-based combat. I think that's cool. I like it. Krungo Kong has a very fun soundboard built with commands that use clips from various games. Oh, that's cool. So you can type fanfare and get Barrett singing the FF Victory theme. Oh, okay. So it ties into like sound effects and stuff like that. That's neat. What are some other things that people do? Do they tie them to like I don't know. I can't even think of anything, honestly. I know we used to have emojis pop up on the screen. Why didn't I set that? I should set up the emote wall again, because that was fun. Sometimes people would put stuff. But then sometimes people would put stuff that it's like, yeah, kids are watching, you know what I'm saying? I read that one. I went through a period of reading a lot of Lewis books, but there's still several I haven't. Nice, Infinite Metal. Yeah, nobody talks about Till We Have Faces. I didn't even know about it until I saw it on a shelf at a used bookstore, and I was like, what the heck is this? So I bought it, and took it home and read it and was blown away, and then learned about it and was like, oh, his last book just completely overshadowed by his other works. But it's excellent. Oh, yeah, Ultra Jump. Ultra Jump. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one, bro.
Feed ducks. There it is. What happened? All I do is write games all day. I got no one to chat with. Save me, Red. Oh, I missed that from Wizard and Blue. Wizard and Blue, I don't know if you're still around, but hey, if you write games all day, you're welcome to pop in. I stream in the middle of the day at 1 p.m. Central for about 2.5 hours, 2 hours, something like that. And I'll talk your ear off about, like, I'll just spew lore if you want me to. Infinite Metal says, I still convinced Lewis made an extremely obscure reference to a then unpublished Tolkien work in Space Trilogy. What work was that? Because I know that the philologist was supposed to be Tolkien in the Space Trilogy, right? Main character Paralandra and Out of the Silent Planet. But I don't know. I don't know what else. Let's see what we got here. Oh, you just gotta. More thunder. It has been stormy all week long. All week long, it has been stormy. Middle of the day, it's like, guess what, thunderstorm? But that's better than middle of the night thunderstorms. Not a huge fan of those. Like, it's like, oh boy, 3 a.m., time for strobe lights. And the lightning out here is just insane, too. It'll just flash like crazy. Feel like you're at a breakdance concert. I used to know how to break dance.
A long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Well, how are you supposed to do this? Oh, you gotta get this guy first, I bet. Well, what the heck? I don't remember how to do these rooms. I really don't. Oh, ho, ho.
It took me a little while. Yeah, it took a little while.
Well, we figured it out.
The adventurer Ningos.
I said it in Nindo. Ha ha!
There is an S in the word.
Okay, there's an S in the world. That hideous strength. Oh, okay, so I haven't read that one. That was it. That's too bad. Just to mention how much I like Lewis' Ray, and each one seemed to have a different Lewis book. Oh, have you read this one? It's definitely always a different one. I mean, he wrote a lot of books, right? And, like, yeah, there's the main ones. There's, like, Problem of Pain, Narnia, Space Trilogy, Surprised by Joy, Great Divorce, stuff like that. But then there are definitely some really obscure ones, for sure.
The Pure Water.
Yeah, haven't finished it. That's extra momentum to extra incentive. There's the word I'm looking for, to go ahead and finish it. Oh yeah, I remember this. Oh yeah, we're gonna go all the way around. Too bad. I don't think that works. No. Alright, so you kind of want them in front of the boxes. Oh boy. Those ones are okay. I just can't get that last one. Maybe I'll do it backwards. Oh boy. Retro Pals have ban Danny, ban Alex, and ban chat, which will bonk the appropriate person with a hammer when they say something particularly inappropriate. Oh, that seems like that would absolutely incentivize you folks saying inappropriate things in my chat. Oh, we did it! Yeah, there we go.
Hello, we did it.
Adventure in Indigo. Why? I almost said Inindo again.
Darn it!
Maybe the Inindo thing could just be like I mean, you folks would just demolish that. People would spam that over and over again. You'd have to set a spam barrier. Oh, you know what? One of the redemptions could be Cinco Play mansplaining that Might and Magic 2 and Heroes of Might and Magic are different from different series. Could do that. It is found on the bed of the ocean. Okay, I think I remember what it is. This is some deep Cinco Play lore. We're on today's theme is lore, so that's what we're gonna roll with. Oh, I don't remember what it does. Should have read it first. Oh well, it did damage anyway. Yeah, yours doesn't have a snowman, so this one's better. Boom, baby. That's what I'm talking about. My favorite bands also made at least 2 songs based on Lewis books. Which band is that? Could have a command that changes the game to Barbie Seahorse Adventures. You know, I was in a stream once and they had a points redemption that was like stop the stream, and I was like, who would cede power to terrorists like that? Like, why would you? Why would you do that? I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot of power to give somebody. Just, hey, you want to end the stream that you planned to set aside time for in your day? That sounds like a plan. I don't know. That's wacky. Oh, this thing. So I remember this. I think I got stuck on this for quite a while. When I was youngish. When I was a little bitty baby, my mama would rock me in the cradle in that old cotton field back home. Well, it's not over there. I don't know what to do here. It's still a difficult. Did you know that Might and Magic 3 was released in Japan as Doki Doki Might and Magic? Well done. You know what? If you had said Doki Doki Might and Panic, it would just have been like 0.003% funnier. Well, that's a good one though. That was really great. It was 100%. We should make this a thing where, like, whenever we do a raid into somebody else's channel, I'll say something, you mansplain something to me in front of that person. That would be great. I want to build a reputation where where you gotta gamer-splain things to me. Thrice they have songs that hate his strength and the abolition of man. Oh, that book. Holy smokes. If you don't believe in objectivity, that's the book that'll change your mind right there. That book is my manifesto. Oh, cool. We can go this way for nothing. I mentioned this before on stream. Somebody had Abolition of Man on a list of like 25 books that could save our culture, and I was like, I mean, that's pretty major. I should probably read that, and so I did, and I was like, wow. Yeah, it's good. I like that it's short too, because books take a long time to read, you know. So, all right, the rest of the stream is gonna be me standing in here trying to figure out where to go next, because I don't know. Oh, there we go. Because I don't know where I'm gonna go when the volcano blows. That's a real song. There was somebody in Hawaii in the 90s who thought an appropriate song would be not knowing where he was going to go when the volcano blew up. So that's a real thing. I don't want to go down. I want to go up. What do you gotta... How do I not remember how to do this? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Take that. Royal syrup and
The second expedition team's memo. It has 2 vowels, Mario. Oh yeah, it has an E and it has an A. Oh, you have a good memory. Yeah, I have the best memory.
Mario never forgets. Always remember that. This guy. Yeah, it's fun that they had like a big riddle too. It wasn't just like pick a number between 1 and 10, you know? But at the same time, if you couldn't figure it out, you were just that was the thing in the 90s too. Like if you couldn't figure it out, you just didn't figure it out. Especially for me, like living on an island, I didn't have a ton of access to like strategy guides and Nintendo Power and stuff like that. Every once in a while, I'd run into one. But if that failed and nobody in the schoolyard had played the game, you're just stuck. You could write into like a place and it'd be like months before they got back to you. But one of my favorite things to do. Philosopher Alistair McIntyre does a good job of making some of the basic points. He years later developed the ideas with a more serious philosophy edge. Oh, well, I'm going to have to look that up. Yeah, I mean, because, Lewis was for the lay. So it's a more accessible book, although I think it's more textbook than a lot of his writings, you know? Whew, $3 a minute while on hold. I'm sure my mom trying to raise us by herself, with feeding us like corned beef hash out of a can, would have loved to spend $3 a minute for me to sit on hold of the Nintendo Power Hotline. That's wild. Did any of you actually ever call the Nintendo Power Hotline out of curiosity?
Hey, it's good to see you. Oh, thank you so much.
How about, we're going to have to replace these eventually. But I just really like the attack and speed bonus. I really do. So I'm not going to spend any money on that.
I'll give you a hint. The password's got something to do with the sea. Even if you don't get through all 6 of the obstacles, you could try to deduce your way through. Good luck.
Oh, why, thank you. Made up that number? Oh. You got me because, yeah, never called it, so I have no idea how much it cost. I wonder what it did cost. Now you got to look that up. It is your responsibility to look it up. We're, I guess, lucky that we had GamePro subscription. We had the full guide to this game and one of the issues. Oh, GamePro went that far back? I don't know if I remember that. Yeah, used to ride the bus with a woman who worked for the hotline. Said her favorite game to get calls back was Conker's Bad Fur Day. Ha The kids are like, so what do you do to that one sunflower? And she's like, ask your parents. Let's see. Let's kind of really unsure how to handle Gino, but we'll do that there. In 1990, wow, that's going way far back. Yeah, I had no idea. I definitely did not get any magazines. Enjoyed finding them at the library haphazardly from time to time, and I'd read like what was that horror magazine called? Phantasmagoria. Yeah. I remember seeing one with John Carpenter's The Thing on the cover. It freaked me. I was like 8 years old. And they just put that out in the library. They were like, yeah, this could be going in the kids section. Kids like monsters. Dang. Woo. Imagine placing a phone call anywhere today that costs you nearly $5 a minute. Healing Rainbow. Well, we'll probably save that one. I don't know. Maybe we'll use it just to see what it looks like. Healing Rainbow. Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high.
Yeah, the rainbow. Oh, taste the rainbow, Mario. Oh, it tastes like processed fruit. Yeah, tastes like insulin. Yeah.
Hit this schlub right here. Schlub is also the word of the day. In case you're wondering. Sleepy time. Sure, we'll try it. Just to see what it looks like. Ah, stupid. When you have to do a rotating thing like that, do you put it in the center of your palm? Or do you just, like, use your thumb for the rotation? I have blisters on my fingertips now. Yesterday I was cleaning my grill, and I thought, while I'm standing around chatting with my neighbor, I thought, hey, what would be a good idea is I could just pinch off, like, oh, okay, you gotta do it. I could just, like, well, that didn't do anything. I could, you're gonna have to go ahead and do it again. I could tear off the carbon buildup on the grill with my fingers. That wasn't too bright. And then I got blisters. Not gonna do that again.
The fourth investigation's cruise memo. It is usually, or actually, a day.
I don't remember how that one works out. I think this puzzle, to Cinco Play's point earlier, I think this puzzle is a big reason why I don't like this area. I don't like it because it's drab. Like, I love ocean and water-themed dungeons. Like, I'm one of those that didn't think the water temple was that bad. Grow up. But, tell you what, I don't like ghost dungeons and crap. There we go.
That was so easy. Yeah, it was easy.
The treasure hunter Elan's memo. The R comes before the L. Oh, I remember what it is. I know something you don't know. I know something you don't know. I know something you... No. You probably remember this. Anybody remember this one? It's not too bad. You could brute force it. I think I did when I first played this. Once you come up with the key letters, speak in here. Yeah. Key letter 1. How do you spell it? Oh, yeah. No, we're good there. That's 6. Okay. There we go.
The answer is pearls.
Good job. I'll let you through. If you can get past me first, that is. Oh, boogly, boogly, boogly. Oh, what's up, Dawn? How's it going? Long time no see. How you been? How's the future? Have you had to play the remaster? Yeah. I love this game too. It's so polished, So the remaster is wonderful. It's the kind of remaster, and remaster is more proper than remake. You're right. I think this is the kind of remaster that I really enjoy. They didn't change too much. It's fairly authentic. It seems like authenticity was a big word of the day for this one. Okay, time for some calamari. And a little boss music too. That's always good. We're gonna save those, and we'll just hit it. Two criticisms that I would formulate about this one. I don't think that it's terrible, but these are legitimate criticisms. I think is that they made it easier on the remaster. The original game was already pretty darn easy. There's an easy mode and there's a normal mode, but there's no hard mode. Like, a hard mode would have been, I think, pretty neat here. They did add some post-game content. I don't know much about that right now because I tried to avoid any spoilers, knowing that I was going to play this. Obviously, there's still, the secret boss from the original game, all that, yada, yada. But Yeah, the base game itself is pretty easy still. Now, one of the best attacks in the whole game right there. I keep missing that one. But as you can see, they added a splash attack that will hit multiple enemies if you can get your timed hit in. They added a gauge that when it fills up, you get like a triple attack. That a lot of times is like a huge limit break style attack. Oh, he looks amazing on this version. Future is awesome. Chilling with the sewer cat. But you're still hungry, right? Wish Modern Remasters would add a hard mode more often. Yes, I do too. I think like there would be a significant demand for that. It always seems to me like a lot of remasters kind of shoot themselves in the foot. They will, appeal to the original audience primarily, obviously, because those are the people who, remember the thing most fondly. And yet they'll do things that sometimes will alienate that very consumer base. So like you pointed out, the people who already played the game could definitely take advantage of a harder mode. So it's like on this one, I think making it easier, they tried to appeal more widely to the quote-unquote modern audience, but in doing so, didn't really include much for the old audience. Yeah, there's the post-game content, and there's certainly the nostalgia factor as well, but it's definitely not as potent as it might have been. Let's try Snowy here. I think this one is yeah. Oh, yeah, Jubs. That was a chonk snowman right there. Post-game content is harder in this, so there's that at least. Yeah, definitely. Would have loved to have seen a... he throws the doll, too. Love that. Would have loved to have seen a... a whole hard mode for basically the entire game. But as it is, this is kind of just a nostalgia trip, until we get all the way to the end. Fortunately, it's a pretty short game. Never heard even a contemporary audience complain about this game being too hard. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I wonder if they had made an optional hard mode, if the usual suspects would have complained. But I don't know. I'm going to go back and save, because I have been prone to lose to Johnny. Speaking of difficult stuff. I remember getting stuck on the Johnny fight and on Yaridovich quite a bit when I was young. So there's that. But in general, I think this is an easier RPG. Once I finish all of the RPGs on the Super Nintendo, my plan is to make a few charts. I would like to make charts that have to do with when these games released. And am I going to have to do this part? No. And then arrange them by my perception of their difficulty. Which games do I think are easier and which games do I think are harder, and run all of them through that. I want to organize them by main story length. I think a lot of that hasn't been done yet, and we'll have the research pool to actually do it. Oh, Dawn, I didn't know that you were in the UK. Actually, I didn't realize that. We have a couple of friends who come in here from the UK. Yeah, I'm the same way too. Oops, you're supposed to hit these with the thing. I'm the same way too. Like, I like that emulation exists. I appreciate the accessibility that offers. But I'm always happy to and appreciate getting something officially. And it is a shame that there are so many RPGs that did not get released there. I don't really remember which way we want to go here. Oh, rats. Now, you know what? I haven't really been catching too many signal ring notifications. Are there just like none down here or what? Put the signal ring on Mallow because he's usually on the team. For that thought peak. There's nothing down here. Okay. Let me hit one of these bullets. Right in the face. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. What's the point of doing that? Oh, they stopped shooting it. So you can't, like, actually stop them all from shooting like that. No, because that would be ridiculous. Don't think I even played... Live on emulator? No, I love it. So releases old games do reach new people. Oh, they definitely do. Yeah. Yeah. I think that Square and Nintendo do a pretty good job of re-releasing older stuff. Square certainly has a lot that they could re-release, you know. But it's often been said, at least you got Terranigma. That was a step up from what we got. Okay, so like... Oh, it pushes you off. Okay, I thought there might have been like a bullet bill fight there. We'll go ahead and knock them all. And then come to think of it, with modern remasters and remakes, how many of them actually do get hard modes? I can't remember the last one that I played where they added one that was like actually a hard mode and not just, oh, this is the original game's difficulty, but we called it a hard mode. That's kind of what Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Collection, or Ivalice Chronicles seemed like. As I recall, I didn't play through the whole thing, but I do recall hearing that the hard mode on that one was pretty much just the original game's difficulty. It is nice of Bowser that if Mario has a status effect, Bowser does not pick him up and throw him. He uses a doll. Could use his poisoned body still. Oh yeah, we were kind of talking about this the other day. Dylan, I think I wouldn't consider myself good at video games either. I'm not a speedrunner. I don't do challenges or anything like that. I don't play particularly difficult games. And I'll struggle too with some games as well. The appeal of the hard mode in something like this, for instance, is I've played the original so many times. So having something that could put all that knowledge and experience really to the test throughout the course of the game, I think that would be really interesting. So it's a shame that the option isn't there. Like, I wouldn't want them to release this game just totally, significantly harder with nothing, resembling the original game's ease. Because then I think you would lose out on new people playing, Oh yeah, and that was a question that I had too. There are special enemies in this now, and they are ones that are more difficult, more bullet spongy, if you like. Oh no. Than some of the others. Oh, she doesn't have a wake up thing yet. We'll go ahead and use a... Why don't we use a Yoshi cookie, actually? I haven't used a Yoshi cookie yet the whole game. Oh, shoot. I screwed that up. Try it again. There he is, my boy. Oh. Kind of now just remembering. You get... like a different... You get like a different thing depending on which enemy you use it on, right? We're gonna have to use another Yoshi cookie. Yeah, optional stuff is good. Give the people choice, options, you know, all that sort of thing. Can't get up here, right? Nah. Mice! Camera action. Let's try Yoshi's cookie on this alley rat. Cleansing juice. Yeah, so he changes an enemy into something else. So guarantee there are people who figured out, you know, which enemies give you super optimal items and things. Like rock candy could be real useful later in the game. So I'll have to keep that in mind. Oh, yes. Let's do it together, Majo Rage. Is it that hard? Like, did you try it and bounce off of it, or what? You just didn't finish it for whatever reason? I'm really curious how hard it is. I mean, like, watch me significantly struggle with it. I do appreciate a good turn-based game that's difficult. I met somebody not too long ago that said something like turn-based games can't be difficult. And I was like, I mean, have you ever played, you know, Wizardry 5? But they were saying the difficulty in a turn-based game never comes from the combat because you can always grind to get better. I was like, well, I don't know that every turn-based game has, you know, character progression. But I think I get the point. Being that, you know, you can always sort of just increase your character and then just have a little better strategy. There's the comeback spell. Tanky Peach. Oh, rad. Yeah, FF9 deserves that anyway. Final Fantasy 9 is swell. You know, the thing I really like about Final Fantasy 9 is it doesn't have a super wild fan base. I think that's pretty neat. I appreciate that. Oh, what are other character combos that we may not have got yet? Spare us all. Shining Veil protects the whole party from any one attack. I see. Okay, so we'll have to actually like wait to use that one. We'll save it for the boss. Always miss that one. Oh, did Automod get you? I didn't see what it was. I did not catch it. Automod can be overprotective. Which you know what? I'm grateful for. My kids have been watching this week, so I'm glad to have that extra level of defense. Know what I'm saying? Let's swap in the Peach. Love how her heal is just called therapy. She's like, that'll be $14 an hour. There we go. 14 bucks. That's not it. Clearly haven't played Fantasian or some of the nastier stuff in SMT. I hear that SMT can be pretty rough. Yeah, is Fantasian difficult? I haven't heard much about it at all. I would like to pick that up. Love to support Mistwalker. But, yeah, I hadn't heard that. What do they got in here? King Kong? Oh, a hidden treasure. Ah! Spooky. Okay, so I don't think you're supposed to do that. I think you gotta do something else. Let's see if we can't get away from here. Oh no, and he's gone now? Don't you have to like step on his head in order to get it? Ah, that stinks. That stinks. No, no. Let me see if I go. Oh, here's a save. Like I could always save and reload. Could do that. Let me see. Yeah, because I don't want to go back that far. Here, we're gonna turn the game off real quick. Try that again. There we go. Found out recently that you played a nerfed version of Fantasia compared to the original. Normal mode is easier. The OG is closer to hard mode. Does Neo Dimension include a hard mode in it? Wesley Chance. One day I'll get the full remake treatment. Oh, I hope not. That's yeah, that's how I feel. But I think and I'd love to. Maybe we could debate about it sometime, Wesley. That would be fun. I know you really like 7, and you're not a toxic 7 fan, so that's nice. I think that Final Fantasy IX is the least messy of the PS1 numerical trilogy. Like the other PS1 numerical Final Fantasies, it absolutely wets the bed. But it does so later than the other ones do. I personally think that 9's character development, especially that it doesn't like introduce characters and then forget about them. Like 8 certainly does that. Like Selphie, Irvine, they don't have like any point in existing towards the end of the game. Same thing with like Barrett. The game entirely forgets that Barrett exists by the end of Final Fantasy VII. But you know, you're still getting development for Vivi, for Steiner, Aiko, Garnet. Less so much Amaranth and Freya, unfortunately, because Freya is an amazing character, and I wish that game did more with her. But I think it does more with its characters, generally speaking. TBH, I don't like remakes. You like remasters, right? Geno Blast. This beam hits all foes. Oh, cool. Let's do that then. In general, for me as well, I like remasters more so than remakes. I think you have less capacity for a. Darn it! He never comes back. Is there a way to trigger that dude to come back? There is less. Maybe you gotta leave the whole dungeon. There's less capacity for them to change so much with a remaster. A remaster just be like, yeah, some quality of life stuff, graphical update, wham bam boom. So you know, a few more options, some post game content. Like this is a typical remaster. It's what I like. Yeah, 9 doesn't get too messy until the final boss. Exactly. Single play said it exactly. So I know you guys can't see things from each other's chat, so I'll repeat some of that. There's a point, Wesley Chance, is that 9 wets the bed a little later, well, significantly later than 7 and 8 do. But to agree with Cinco Play says 9 doesn't get too messy until the last boss. 7 and 8 feel like they made them up as they went. I feel like 9 starts to lose itself around Memoria. And you go to like another world and all of a sudden like everything's clones and I was like, what are we doing again? And then certainly by the final boss you're like, I don't care anymore. But there's definitely stuff in 7 and 8 where you're like, did you think of this on the spot? I don't think that's how video game development works, but it certainly seems that way. Oh, it took that guy out. Boom, baby. Yeah. Yeah, no, and all three of them are messy for sure. Um, I don't think that any of those three are the greatest Final Fantasy. Um, but messiness is part of the charm, I think, as well. Like I like 7. You know, some people would be like, "Ugh, Final Fantasy 7 overrated." I don't think Final Fantasy 7 is overrated. Unless somebody says it's the greatest Final Fantasy, then that's overrated. But overrating. Oh, cool, we got it. What does he say? I'm pretty strong, right? Thinking about running a raid, right? Right? No. Joke's on you, poison gas time. Ew. Oh, of course he missed. Because he's just a... Mini Goombas were inside. Well, that's not cool. It looks more like there was a... yeah. You know what? Oh, no, I screwed it up. Lois loved their attack animation in the original. We could do Terrorize then, maybe. We'll do that. Yeah, we should do a debate on the PS1 FFs. Oh, we gotta stick to the numerical trilogy though, because once you introduce Tactics, I think Tactics handily blows 7, 8, and 9 out of the water. 7 and 8 for sure. 9, a lot of 9. Yeah, I think Tactics is the most competent of those. But let's yeah, what the hey, we'll use the Clown Barrage. I like this one. Definitely. Yeah, I think most Final Fantasy games are a bit messy. That plays into something that really is appealing about a lot of Final Fantasy games, which is that level of charm, but the melodrama of Final Fantasy is very appealing. A lot of the hardcore Final Fantasy fans are very melodramatic themselves, so I think there's a kind of relatability there. That's not at all being mean. This is just observation stuff. Fancy music, oh, everything? It's like a ribbon. Safety badge. There we go. Oh, well. Yeah, I don't know. That's fine. I'm not going to overthink it. Yeah, let's save again here, because that was a cool fight. Yeah. There we go. Like I think of the numericals, I think that there's the best arguments for 6 being the best, and 6 isn't super messy, but there's definitely some messy stuff in 6. Obviously, the best Final Fantasy is Chrono Trigger, but we sort of have to think only about the numerical FFs. Otherwise, there's like 300 games in that series. You know, there's a ton of spin-offs. Like, nobody thinks My Life is the King on Wii was the best Final Fantasy. I don't know. There's probably somebody out there with an account themed after that game who's just, you know, talking about it day in, day out. Yeah, Tactics is its own beast. And I feel like for the sake of avoiding whataboutisms and, you know, refining the conversation, a debate centered on just the 3 numericals on PS1 would be the way to go. Now, that said, I think in today's day and age where Final Fantasy VII in particular has taken on... Oh, I forgot to thought peek that guy. Final Fantasy VII has taken on a kind of like highbrow community college philosophy major kind of analysis. I've had people tell me that if you don't like Final Fantasy VII as much as I do, it's because you just don't understand how it pulls from medieval mythology. And I was like, you don't need a degree in medieval studies. You don't need a degree in mythology in order to appreciate a video game. That's ridiculous. Krista Poole! Hey, thanks for the subscription. Thanks for the support. I never see you until you show up and then you drop all this support. That's super kind of you and very generous. It's a sub. It's a sub. Hello. How you doing, Krista Poole? It's been a long time, man. How you been? How's things? Hold A for power and then release. Yes. Oh, this is even cooler in this remake. Oh, I love Gino. He's great. If you don't love Gino, it's because you don't have a degree in artesian physics from the Byzantine Empire circa 3rd century BC. That's why. There are those people exist. They honestly think you have to watch a 12-hour video essay on the meaning of Sephiroth's name in order to truly appreciate Final Fantasy VII. I think that's patently ridiculous. Let's see. 12 might be least messy story despite the Alcuria, but it's too bad it's written at such an advanced level most people couldn't actually figure out what was happening. Oh, there we go. You had to have a literary degree in order to appreciate 12. No, I think I half agree with you. I think 12 is pretty messy. I think that having so many characters and so many plots kind of works against it in a lot of ways. And obviously, we both agree the Alcuria is unnecessary. I always think 12 would be better told with a lot less of the pretentious, this is Shakespeare language, and without Vaughn or Pinello as POV characters. I really think that would be best. Yeah, and you know what? Cinco, actually, we 100% agree on that. I said that the last time we were talking about FF Mess, is that 10 is pretty solid. 10 sees itself through from start to finish. It's like premise, defeat sin, and you do that, and you realize what you know how much further you have to go to break that cycle, and that's it, and that's all it goes. So, let's see. They pull from all sorts of mythologies and built one of their own. That's what's cool about them, especially when they bring things back from previous games. Absolutely. It is a long-running series, and they lean into that, as they ought to. Oh, what's up, Narcader? We got a weekend stream right here. PFF, Wesley says. Wesley Shantz said PFF? Is that just like the onomatopoeia? Don't like the battle programming? Oh, in 12? Yeah, I don't mind gambits. I think it's cool, but it can get tedious. Alright, let's go back down here. 12 would have been better without Venom Pinello because Bosch and Ash were supposed to be the lead characters. Yeah, I mean, you've got like so many subplots happening simultaneously in 12 until the game forgets that Vaughn and Pinello exist. Which is kind of weird. They're like their point of view characters, and they become dramatically irrelevant towards the middle to last parts of that game. But I fully agree. I think that the game would have been better had it been like make your POV character Balthier, you know, and then you could tell your subplot with Bosch and with Ash. But then who would say I'm Captain Bosch von Ronsenberg of Dalmasky? Oh, I missed it. No, that's... Oh, no, I didn't miss it. Floopy flop in a netted hoop. Floppy floop in a netted hoop. Oh, he was stuck because he was a crab. I keep hitting it too soon. Yeah, and then too, with 12, another thing that 12 does is there's vast sections in which you're not experiencing any of the story. You're just walking through areas and exploring stuff, so that when you do get back to the story, you forget all that complexity. That was one issue that I had with 12, is that if you're playing it to explore, it's very difficult to keep the tension up and the memory up for the plot lines. You know, especially considering there's multiple. And it's not really a clear premise. Like, what would you say is like the one clear main premise of Final Fantasy 12. You know, like Final Fantasy 12's main, or Final Fantasy 10's main premise, we already agreed that's not a messy one, is you got to defeat Sin and figure out how to stop this loop, right? What is the main premise of 12? I'm sure you actually have a really good idea because, you know, it's your favorite. Let's see. I think all the parts I remember were Balthier's stories. Balthier is an interesting character. Yeah. Oh, you playing 12 right now, Major Rage? Yeah, Vaughn and Penella are pretty bad characters. You know, I'll say that and people will be like, well, you know, they're bad characters because they're POV characters. There's nothing in the lore or the rule book anywhere that says if you have a POV character, they have to be terrible. You know, you could still have them, you know, emote a little. That probably wouldn't kill them. You could have them do some character development that isn't relegated entirely to a spin-off sequel. There's lots you could do with those two as characters. You could certainly have them have any impact whatsoever on the plot of the game. That would have gone miles, I think. But yeah, as it stands, I think he's pretty bad. But I tend to think of Balthier as leading man anyway. Oh yeah, Nara, I forgot to ask you last time, you're gonna do the 10 jumps. So, ooh, I died. So I did the 10 jumps with the super jump. Are you talking about the ultra jump where you do like 100 or something like that? Oh yeah, there was those. Yeah, Prof Noctis, and he and I chatted about that. I don't think where he and I disagree on that. And obviously, I didn't make a viral video about it. I wrote about it in my book, but that didn't go anywhere anyway. So maybe I'll make a response video to it eventually based on the essay that I wrote. But that is, I think I addressed it in Final Fantasy IV's essay in my book, which kind of talks about, you know, what is a Final Fantasy. I don't think that breaking a cycle is unique enough to Final Fantasy to where it is a way to define Final Fantasy. I think it's too vague, and I think it's too zeitgeisty in order to be a way to define Final Fantasy. I think the best way to define Final Fantasy is to borrow the language of some of its creators, in that it's the story of the crystals. You know, we got to avoid... I don't think that breaking a cycle is, but I think that there are certainly ways to define Final Fantasy that are, you know, over-reliant on superficial elements of Final Fantasy. So, for example, sometimes you'll encounter people who are like, oh, yeah, Final Fantasy is any game that has Shiva and a Cactuar in it, or a Chocobo, or a Moogle. I was like, okay, well, Final Fantasy 1 didn't have any of those things. It didn't even have a Cid. They had to retcon that back in there. So is the original Final Fantasy on NES, is that not a Final Fantasy? You know? So, I think that, yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. It was a bit of word salad. But I think you people can survive that. If you show up to this stream, you're used to the word salad at this point. So anyway, yeah, like again, with breaking cycles, like I'm sure there's plenty of cycle breaking that you could find in non-Final Fantasy games. Dragon Quests, things like that. I'm not convinced that every Final Fantasy is about breaking a cycle. I don't know what the cycle is in Final Fantasy VI. Not sure what the cycle is in, let's say, Final Fantasy... see, I feel like you could stretch it, though. But Final Fantasy VI is one that I remember pretty clearly. There's a cycle in Chrono Trigger that you break. Does that mean that Chrono Trigger is a Final Fantasy? It might. Okay, Cinco's got a thing here. Balthier is baller. He is. Empire bad. Let's see. The need for sophisticated lore understanding in order to like or opine. Yeah. That was the point that I disagreed with. I don't know if you agree with that. It sounded like from the it sounded like, Wesley, that you also disagreed, that you don't need some sophisticated understanding of obscure lore and in order to understand a video game, especially one as mainstream as Final Fantasy. Like, it's not that deep. One thing I've said to people is I think that fans have already thought significantly deeper about these games than the creators ever have. And that's patently obvious, even just based on time spent thinking about those things. Are we still in this dungeon? This is a long dungeon. Okay, let's see. 12 is an excellent exploration of good versus bad leadership, how it affects different levels of society. Each character shows how Vayne affects the various parts of the populace, rich or poor, noble or outcast, and Larsa being the spoiler that shows what a good leader might be if he wasn't sidelined due to his youth is an excellent contrast. Contrasting Vayne's opening speech, where he's almost noble, to the behind the scenes, where he's clearly ruthless, is truly excellent storytelling. 12 isn't about breaking a cycle, even if you create a hack. Almost, yeah. I don't know of a cycle that's being broken unless you say, you know, that there's a history of government being tyrannical that you're breaking. I also think that it's weird to have a super abstract premise like that for a Final Fantasy game. It's just kind of like, here's good or bad government. Like, those are interesting themes, but it's kind of weird to build a whole game around that with two characters that rarely even appear in the game and aren't even a part of the main party. Like, how many times do you actually see Vayne Solidor in the game itself, you know? And that kind of distance from, if that is its core premise, that kind of player distance from those characters and from those themes is, I think, partly why the game confuses so many people. That, and of course it's written in that sort of like we're Shakespeare language. But I think that's a primary thing. I would love to hear other people answer the question as well. If you could imagine what the core premise of Final Fantasy 12 actually is. Curious to hear thoughts, because I hardly ever hear anybody talk about 12. Like, people will talk about 6 and 4 and 7 and 8 and 10 and 13 and 14 and 15 and 16 till they're blue in the face. I hardly ever hear anybody talking about 12, which I think is really peculiar, because I think 12 is the last good Final Fantasy. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's excellent. I can tell that you hate the addition of the Yokuria. I also do. I don't think that the game needs it. I really don't. Especially if your point is about human government, as you're discussing, then it's like, yeah, but you're being controlled by some supernatural force anyway. So is the point actually theocracy bad? It doesn't. It makes its point with like a feather trying to nail a nail into the wall. Is how it feels. I'm due for a replay on that. And I never played Zodiac Age. Mage TV, you're in 12 right now. Could you say what you think the premise of 12 is? Out of curiosity. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to use the flower power. Gotta go ahead and do that. Lucky. Oh, Lucky. I mean, that makes me think of Ogre Battle, My Beloved. It's almost like if I said Chrono Trigger is about the fall of Rome in Zeal Kingdom. You know, it doesn't seem like the bulk of the game is about Zeal Kingdom, although there's certainly a Roman sense of the fall there. What is that? Oh, yeah, I forgot this. Yeah, I don't know. Are Larsa and Vayne really the central point of Final Fantasy 12? I get that you could think of the main characters then as sort of reacting. I'm not arguing. I'm thinking through the thoughts in live speech. Yeah, how do we get that? We gotta get that. You drain this, right? I think that's what you gotta do. You gotta drain it. So let's see about that. Burn. Okay, let me catch up on here. Oop, wrong pause. Let's see. See Vane as often as you see Kefka and more than Sephiroth. Exactly. But then I wouldn't say that the premise of 12 is Kefka's influence and Kefka's plot, right? That's what I mean, is it seems like if you're saying the premise of the game is this abstract sort of reflection on good and bad government, then you'd expect that to be more central to the game itself. But it seems really tertiary at best to the game itself. But I'm saying that in that's a sort of like a skepticism. But I'm saying that from a perspective, I don't have an answer that's better than that. I think your answer is very interesting. I don't know if I 100% agree with it, but I don't have a better answer than that right now. You could argue it's about the main characters breaking the personal cycle of bad habits. Yeah, most RPGs do that too. I guess. Wesley says Noctis has an interesting take. It's 1,000% an interesting take. Absolutely. Yeah, I think the crystals are the one thing that's like always there, whether that's an orb or whether that's a sphere, you know, and then like what a crystal represents as far as mysticism and magic, that seems core. But I don't know. Like, Wesley, maybe you could think through with me, too. Obviously, Final Fantasy 1 is about breaking a cycle. Final Fantasy 10 is about breaking a cycle. Are there Final Fantasies that you can think of, mainline Final Fantasies, that are definitively not about breaking a cycle? 15 seems like it's about breaking a cycle. Chrono Trigger seems like it's about breaking a cycle. Let's see, even if the Okuria try to keep things about humans putting power back into the hands of man, which makes them even less useful as a storytelling device. Yeah, absolutely. 12 is a political intrigue story, though, and the bulk of the game is about that. I think that's Ash's storyline, right? Like, is Bosch's subplot, is Balthier's subplot, is Vaughn's subplot really about, or lack of subplot, really about political intrigue? I think you're hitting on Ash's, and I have said this. I do think Ash is the central character in 12. So I think that you're right in that point. But what I'm suggesting is that the majority of the game and its characters almost seem like they have nothing to do with political intrigue, and certainly nothing to do with Ash. But again, it's time for me to. Vaughn and Penella are Gollum's two personalities. I'm going to have to remember that next time I play this. A lot of people remember the Zeal Saga the most about Chrono Trigger and get really into it. It's only me who write incredibly long fanfics about the Eris Dome Communications Center. Well, you know what? That's needed, Dawn. Live Alive about Breaking Cycle. Oh, yeah. Breath of Fire 3 is about breaking a cycle. So yeah, I don't know. Again, I think it's somewhat a superficial definition, and I've spoken with Prof about this too. I'm not trying to. I really love Prof Noctis, like as a person. I think he's great. He's one of the most encouraging people I've ever met on a personal level. So do not take this as, you know, I'm coming down on Prof Noctis or anything like that at all. That would be a mistake on your part. I love the guy, and I've talked with him in person about these topics as well. So there's a lot of that. Anyway, I don't know what's going on here. Who are you? What, you looking for a star? I'll tell you, or I'll let you see stars. Oh, what does shark pirates sound like? Maybe they sound Swedish. Anyway, you're out of luck. You see, whatever falls into the sea becomes Johnny's property. Got that, matey? Oh, and one last thing.
Read my lips. We ain't letting you through. Got it?
Oh, no, sharks. Bandana red. Oh, I forgot to use the thing again. Okay, well, we'll use a royal syrup. Syrup? We'll use a royal syrup. Yay, accents. Oh, my goodness. Should have been here. Don't. Oh, yesterday's stream or day before? Yesterday's stream, I had to do Booster, who turned into like a...
Well, I will tell you, Mario. We come from Booster Sour.
He had a little bit of like a gravelly Russian. We had to do Bowser. Went for like a Jack Black.
Well, you see, they stole my keep, Mario. And I'll get you and your little princess, too.
So we had to do that. We had to do,
hello, it's me, Super Mario.
we had to do Mallow's sort of like high-pitched, little breaky kind of voice. We had to do Gino's standard JRPG hero voice. I come from Star Road, and I must repair Star Road in the name of the heavens. And then we had to do Peach, who, after all those voices, I could not do. Tried to do a, like, yeah, Peach has got it kind of voice. She has, like, a lower voice. Like, we just beat Super Mario 64, I was mentioning earlier. And she's like, come, I'll bake you a cake. I was like, is this the same? Is this Charlie Martinet trying to do Peach voice? And then the Chancellor, I don't know, it was just normal. It was a lot. There was a lot going on. Fran, yeah, Fran, except Fran. Okay, let's see. Bosch is a political pawn in the takeover, and it's about being left behind. No, I get it. Fran is Tom Bombadil. Well, Fran is Chewie to Han Solo, right? I get that they're affected by it. Like, there's no argument that Vaughn and Penella are orphans because of the effects of the Empire and all that. But they don't actually have anything to do with that plot advancing. And nothing from that plot seems to develop their character either. Bosch has kind of that, like, thing with that judge as, like, a personal antagonist. But, like, again, that's why I think Ash is the main character. Shark pirates sound Finnish. I have no idea. I have no idea what Finnish sounds like. Pirates kind of going Scottish. It leans that way. Everybody's story revolves around when Nabudis fell and the replacement of leadership. Absolutely. As an inciting incident. We're getting in the story breakdown here. As an inciting incident, I do not disagree. Where I do disagree is being unsure how relevant that is individually to those characters, if that makes sense. But you know what? I need to replay that game. I've played through it a couple times, so I'm not like expert level at that game. There's no game that we've played on stream except for maybe Chrono Trigger and Zombies Ate My Neighbors that I would consider myself expert level on. So I learn a lot from you people. I ask questions because I'm interested in what you have to say. So, I mean, like, these things, again, I'm not arguing with you. But I am curious in what you have to say. And if I am skeptical about it, I will let you know.
You look stronger than you look. Better warn the upper deck. Come on, mates.
Oh, yeah, go warn the upper deck. Got to make sure we get that accent correct on that word. Yeah. 100% agree. Peach sounds like Mickey Mouse. Well, which Mickey Mouse? Flesh-colored Mickey Mouse or the white-faced Mickey Mouse?
I don't see him. Did he get away? There he is. Get him, boys.
Oh, no.
Here, this is on us.
Oh, good thing gravity works underwater.
What the? How dare you dodge the battle?
That's too bad.
Hey, how'd you get up here so fast? Well, your luck's run out. We don't take too kindly to strangers around here.
It's just two of them. Oh, yeah. I gotta use Thought Peak. There. Did we get it?
I love the color red.
He loves color. Come on, you rogues. Shark finish. No, I knew, but I purposefully avoided giving you credit for that joke, you know? Yeah, she's 100% out of place. She's the part that reminds you it's a JRPG, you know? It'd be too CRPG-ish without the bunny people in there. Peach sounds like Mickey Mouse. Oh, boy. Yeah, maybe we should just do Mickey Mouse for Super Mario, I love you. Let's see. I would play 12 again, but I really don't like battle programming thingy. You guys don't know. No, Mario trains against barrel throwing gorillas regularly. Right. Right there. Yeah, denying you the pleasure of a good pun. Like praise and applause. That's for strolling up in here and being like, oh, we're talking about Lord of the Rings again. I got you. Right there on your flashing weak red point. All right, let's do the rest of it. I think I just asked the guy with the mic, if 12 isn't about contrasting different types of political leadership and their effects on the people, then what do I think it's about? Well, I mentioned earlier that I don't have a better answer right now, but that doesn't mean that I'll accept any answer wholesale, if that makes sense, right? I like to think I'm a fairly skeptical person, but in having this conversation, it is interesting to think through these things. We both agree that the Ocuria are out of place, and maybe they are so out of place because they throw a wrench into that whole theme of contrasting different types of political leadership. Because at the end of the day, Vane's leadership is what? Just being guided by ghosts? Like, what is that? What are we supposed to do with that? You know? I think that is one of the core themes of Final Fantasy XII, but I don't think it's the premise of Final Fantasy XII. I think it's one of the core themes in that it's central to Ash's subplot and the inciting incident of the game, but I don't think it's super relevant to Bosch or to Vaughn, other than it made them who they are initially. But who they become, or who they don't become in the case of Vaughn, they don't really have much influence on that as a concept, right? And Larsa and Vane are so back burner for the duration of the game. Like, I forgot who Vane was by the end of the game, you know? So I think you're absolutely correct, but I don't know that it has the explanatory power for the bulk of the game. I think that it is central to Ash's character, which we both agree she's the main character. Wesley Shantz over on YouTube says, sorry I can't comment on 12. I only played a few hours in, but 6 seems like one you could make it work with a recurring war of magic. Oh, in terms of breaking cycles? So sort of like the War of the Magi was coming back, right? But I don't know if the threat of Kefka is a war of magic, right? Threat of Kefka is just straight up nihilism. Oh, Ravaging Justice, how's it going? How's it going, Ravaging Justice? Yeah, welcome to the stream. I saved these voices just for you. Tool to get the okay. Political conflict isn't the plot. It's a tool to get the actual plot across. Unfortunately, that plot is a bit weak, so it comes across as political intrigue. Interesting. So, Ravaging Justice, let me ask you this. You were doing well. All right, now I know you're flashing weak red point. Now I know exactly how to get you. And I'm going to save that. I'm going to put that Mario voice right here on my desk just for when I need it. Whenever you mention a Nindo, you're going to get the Mario voice. We're going to Pavlov dog you. Okay, anyway, the question, Ravaging Justice, was, what do you think is the premise of Final Fantasy XII? So, yeah, we would love to hear what you think. This is a friendly place for discussion about video games. Nobody's personally insulted here. We're all doing fine. And thanks for joining us, by the way. So, yeah, what do you think is the plot of 12? And my original question is, what do you think the premise of 12 is? Let's do... I mean, all these are kind of not that great. I'm going to do this one. Okay. Not saying the political conflict is a plot. I'm saying the game is about the effect. Yeah, to get Cinco Plays back, he brought up the political conflict as the premise of the game. Because, again, that was the original question. Premise is about the effects of leadership types on society. So what would you say? Tell me more, Cinco, about your reflections on the Ocuria. If the game is about the effects of leadership types on society, and the Ocuria are affecting Vane, then what does that say about a sort of metaphysical, supernatural government, I guess? Or are we just supposed to take that as just gibberish that has no real world application? 12 is the best Star Wars game. You're going to trigger Syncoplay, Mr. Tempered. Better watch it. Actual plot is vengeance. Vaughn trying to avenge his brother, but learning about his vengeance is secondary to the suffering caused by anyone by the evil villain. Much more of a personal story that gets sort of lost in the political talk conflict surrounding it. So I'm going to throw this ball out there. I think you're both right. Because you're both talking about two different subplots that exist parallel and simultaneously. Now, we agreed, Justice, Cinco and I agreed that Ash is the main character in 12. We both think that Vaughn is the POV character in 12. Vaughn's story is certainly about vengeance. Ash's story is certainly about political intrigue. So you're both right, in a sense. Ocuria might be a commentary on religion, but we're inclined to say it's Squeenix management saying there's not enough magic. I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. It would be, I think 10 is the better commentary on religion and government. If the Ocuria were a commentary on theocracy, it's lost.
You're pretty tough, mate. All right, I'll let you through to Johnny's place, don't you know? I'm a shark.
All right. Oh, they don't give you like a save point right in front of us either. So if you lose, you're just thrashed. This guy, I lost to this guy so many times.
So you're the Mario, eh? Not much to look at. Well, this star fell into my sea, so it's mine. If you want it, you'll have to fight for it.
And he throws down his wine glass. Have at thee. Yes. Okay, I love this track. I love all this good stuff. I'm going to let this play while I catch up. I was like, Ash is much more important in every way. Yeah, for sure. And I think, too, she's more central in that the story is more about her. And the story matters the most to her overall. You kind of start with her and stuff like that. You know, you get to see her wedding and all that. Single play can't be too triggered. I've never seen single play triggered, except for earlier today when I called his his train account a burner account. So you take that back. Oh, you might have missed that though. No, I don't think it was triggered. I just like teasing single play. That's all. Because we're that kind of brother. We're that kind of brother singular. I don't know. Words are stupid.
Okay, let's do the fireball on the Johnny.
How is there fire underwater? Doesn't matter. Is Shocker gonna hit everybody or no? Nah. Oh yeah, Gino has the thing with Peach that blocks stuff. So we're gonna have that. Let's see. Executive meddling. Yeah, you could kind of smell that on a lot of, I think most of the post 9 and post 10 Final Fantasies, they reek of executive meddling. It's like Warner Brothers meddling in film direction. Let's see. Vaughn is the PC. He's a personal computer. Here's why I don't relate to Vaughn. I don't relate to Vaughn because I think Vaughn is a really flat character who does not change much at all in the course of the story. And I think the story forgets that Vaughn exists like halfway through. He just becomes completely irrelevant to most of the story. I think Ash as the main character is what the story should have been about, and have Balthier and have Fran and have Bosch, but skip Vaughn and Pinello because they're really not compelling characters. Wesley Shantz. So Wesley over on YouTube offers up something about how we are haunted by ghosts of a bygone era. Phantom Streams X on YouTube. How are you? We're currently talking about Final Fantasy XII and what we think the premise of 12 is. So if you'd like to chime in on that, you're certainly welcome to. GOAT SNES game and a good remake too. I have to agree with you. I really do. I think it's fantastic. This is a really great game. I love that it kind of preserves, the actual game. Like I feel like I'm playing Super Mario RPG. I don't think I thought poked. I don't think I thought poked that guy. Let's see. Mallow can go ahead and thought peek, I guess. You're good. Very good. Now this is a fight. Fwahaha! Not bad, fellas. How about it, Mario? Mario versus me. Want to mix it up? Oh, yeah, let's go. Good fun. And good for you, too. Good fun? That was not good. Crew, look alive and cheer me on. Yeah. Solo fight. This is the part where I almost get wiped right here. Phantom Streams, I'm glad you're joining us. Thanks for being around. We're also on Twitch, if that works out good for you, too. Otherwise, we're also streaming on the YouTubes. I don't know if we're familiar with each other. My name's Moses, a.k.a. the Willard Mage. We're playing through every Super Nintendo RPG. We're kind of counting this. I've played the original hundreds of times, so never played the remake and just adoring it. Really loving it. It has been said explicitly by the designer that Bosch was supposed to be the lead, but Square Enix thought he was too old. So forced Vaughn into the lead. That sucks. That's 100%. Yeah. Give us... Square Enix needs to give us Final Fantasy characters who are older and who have children. I think that would be really interesting. Because we always get some whiny, angry, emo kid. Like, give us something else. By the way, if you leave one enemy alive, you won't have to do the 1v1. Oh, I forgot that. You're right. I used to have the strategy guide for this one. I forgot about that. Oh, 12 is great. Yeah. Balthier, best character since Auron. Ooh, I love that take. I love it. Don't hate 12 in any way. I actually enjoyed issues with the story. Yeah, same thing here. I like 12, but I do feel like the story is a weak point, unfortunately. Okay, let's give it a try. I was just about to say I could talk while doing that, but probably shouldn't. What do you get for... No, you can't. You can't even use the Toad summon right now. So I guess my point is that while Van's story can be considered the plot, it's most definitely not the premise. I think Vaughn's story... Vaughn, Bosch, and Ash and Balthier are all subplots that work together, but I think the main plot would be Ash's. Bosch should have been the main plot, but corporate meddling. I love the story 12 tried to tell. I think that's a really compelling way to say it. Well done. Love the story that it tried to tell. Oh, cake. That was easy. That was easier than when I was a kid, I'll tell you that. Jolly Jared, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in today. What's going on? See, Ravaging Justice, you missed the chats here. You missed having these profound, deep discussions on good stuff. You really did. My advice for the super jumps, if you watch the cross-section of Mario and his shadow, you can time the hits more accurately. Ooh. See, I was looking at the I was looking at the top of the enemy's head, and I probably should not have done that. So, look at the cross section of the shadow. You'll have to explain that to me in a bit more depth. I would enjoy doing that a bit better. I think I've done quite a lot in my day, but I don't know how far we're gonna get. We've established that there is some lag that we're gonna be dealing with because I'm downscaling this and all that stuff. I'm impressed, matey. You've earned the star. Think of it as a souvenir of our fight. Yes. Thanks very much for the star. This is a character that I felt like could have been more of a main character. There are a lot of really cool original characters in this that you just never see again. You see them for like 5 minutes and then they're done.
Practice on the Goombas. Oh, that sounds scary.
Oh, we're almost done. Why does it have to be almost over? Cinco, you remember a couple streams ago too, I was talking about one of the great things about this game. Simple, but it has a premise that is very very clear, right? It's and I think that the story is certainly straightforward, simple, and compelling in its own way because of that. You just need to repair Star Road. There's no Mario, you have to time travel into the past to meet your distant self and then unite your chakra with your aura, and it's just, come on, you guys. You must have really wanted that star. No, go on. Get out of here before I change my mind. Hey, but there's a thing I didn't get. So I'm going to need you people to tell me what to do here. Okay, you see that thing down there? How do you get... There's like a piece of paper there. Or you come back and you have to guess how many barrels there are? Is that what it is? Does anybody remember this at all? Or maybe it's back here. Oh, there it is. Oh. It's easy to make it clear when it's only an inch deep. Absolutely. No, 100%. I would never call this game complex. And one could argue that complexity is a weakness if it makes things messy. And simplicity is a strength if it makes things clear. But you can have simple games that are messy, like Brainlord. Brainlord's premise and plot ought to be really simple, but that game's a mess. Like, it's like your dad went looking for the last dragon, he never came back, so you follow in your dad's footsteps to do that. And then pretty soon you're going all over the place doing bizarre things that are very poorly explained. So I think that would be an example of a game that's simple and yet still somehow messy. But a game like this, simple premise. Yeah, it's a Saturday morning cartoon premise. But Saturday morning cartoons can be pretty effective storytelling, you know? So maybe that goes hand in hand with our discussion of the Ocuria, in that unnecessary level of complexity just makes the game messier.
Johnny is our main man. He even fights in his sleep. We'd follow him anywhere, don't you know? Hurry, hurry. Hop on the trampoline in the next room. It'll take outside. Go now and give it a try.
All right, let's do it. But I want to see what's in here first. There were really no, like, invisible things in this whole dungeon? I guess not. Emil being a kid is part of his story. I'd like to see an older Kane too. Oh, and Nier. Okay. So I've never actually played Nier Automata, Nier anything. Haven't done it. I should probably do that at some point.
You found the star. Well done. But your journey ends here. You are so gullible. Don't you know who I am?
Spiritovich? What? The heck is this? Great secrets everywhere, like that Calvin and Hobbes treasure everywhere book. Yes. Yes. I'm okay. Respect for the remake went down a little bit here. I do not appreciate that they changed Yardovich's name to Speardovich. That's stupid. I don't care. I don't care. You guys can speak for yourselves. I don't care. Yardovich is definitely the better. Miss Speardovich. That's stupid.
A member of Smithy's gang. Shocked? It's no wonder. My impersonation of an ordinary person was flawless. Your search for the stars has worried Smithy. So if I take that star back to him, I'll earn brownie points. This is the way to get ahead. It's futile to try and fight me.
Get serious. Get serious.
So that's how you want to play it. What do you think will happen to the real inhabitants of Seaside Town?
What are you doing? No, don't do that. No, please stop. Ah. Why do they make you think that, like, this is just in there, like, throttling him?
Now isn't it a time... No, now isn't it a shame for an innocent old man to be tickled like this?
Ack. Get serious again. Oh, yeah, how many times do you do this? No, you wouldn't. The two of you are going to... No, please, not there. Aye! I think that should be like... Ah! Like that. That would be a shame. Oh, I know. I really like it. Yes. Get him. I think it's dumb, but they apparently insisted that every character needed an English weapon name. Yeah, Clay Morton, Yardovich. It's stupid. Like, I get it. That, like, Smithy makes weapons. One of is a bow. One is a sword. This guy's a spear. You got the Axum Rangers. I get it. But it sounds stupid, you know? Mac sounded better than Clay Morton. I feel like they ought to have, at these places, they ought to have a guy whose sole job it is just to figure out if something sounds stupid or not, you know? Power to Wishes, one of the deep fairy tale themes per Tolkien. Yes, this is a fairy tale. 100%. Pick your pants. I don't know if that doesn't do anything. Spread out because there's a random version geared to Westerners, where the main character was changed from a young guy who was an important character's brother to a Geralt clone who was their father. Oh, well, that's unusual, for sure. Being aged up. Oh, Mac the Knife. I didn't think about that.
Harumph, you can't treat me this way.
He's in there yodeling.
I can't bear this.
Oh, how many times can you do this? Oh, this is the last one. just unconscious from tickling. Calling it Pokey Stickovich. All right, here we go.
Hey, give him the star. No, Mario did the bad guys. And to think I got the star without even soiling my hands. I'm such a genius it scares me sometimes. No wonder I'm so important.
Oh, that's relatable.
All right, everyone, listen up. We're returning to the castle. Our ride should be here by now.
We better go save the game. Save the game. Pokey Stickovich. They could have called Clay Morton Long Knife Morton. Rolls right off the tongue. Ooh, that was a good conversation about 12. Honestly, really good. No sarcasm. That was good stuff. I wish that we could always talk about stuff like that forever. All right, boss fight time.
The blade's late. What's taking it so long? We need to get out of here. This is just great. Mario caught up with us. Only one thing we can do now, although we may rust a little. We'll have to swim for it. Oh, ho, not so fast there. That star's a gift to me, mate Mario. Your spineless dogs have no code of honor. I'll make you walk the plank. Johnny, maybe we should leave Mario the pleasure of wrapping things up here. Okay. I guess we'll have to take our disguises off now. Group formation. Yes. Oh, that's what he looks like. When I was a kid, I was like, what am I looking at here? Spirited Itch. I can't believe they did that. Can't believe they did that. How could they? Oh, well. This is a game. You only join smart, stimulating conversations. Titus. That should be your sign-off at all times. Just Titus. Tie-dye. Oh, stop it, you guys. Stop it. Get some help. All right, let's go. We're going to push this one. And then I gotta stop doing the voice. Ravaging Justice is gonna leave. If he hasn't already left. Lightning! If I lose, I can kiss that promotion goodbye. No, Water Blast. Ooh. Not a teeny amount of damage. Time for Le Princesse. There we go. Oh man, I love this boss theme. It's so good. Oh, you can't switch back to Geno after switching? Really? Oh. You had me at hello. Well, let's go ahead and maybe we'll wait a little bit because I really do want to try and swap to Geno and use his triple attack because I haven't seen it yet. Whoops, missed that. Let's see. Oh, she could switch. There we go. Missed it. It seems like they're doing like bonkers damage. Ah, darn it. Darn, darny, darn. Alright, we'll just have to hit him with a shocker. Nope, still didn't get it. Got that one. Ah, my timing is a Titus laugh never gets old.
Hey, Yuna, you should laugh. Yuna, hey, Yuna.
She's lying on the floor.
Yuna, wake up. Yuna.
That's what Titus sounds like. Did that guy ever do anything else? The voice actor for Titus? Like Dawson's Creek or something? You know? Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's do it. Sparrow's all a shining veil protects the whole party from any one attack. Yes. Oh. Oh, so cute. I love him. I didn't know that she could magically make the parasol larger. Was not aware. No. Ooh, I forgot about this bit, actually. Bam. Oh, that's good. Wonder if anybody has redubbed that scene with Beavis and Butthead laughs? Probably. And if not, then you should do that. That sounds 1,000% like a single play move right there. You got to do it.
Yeah, we got the star back. Yeah, we got the star.
All right.
Smithy is now in the race for the star pieces. What horrible surprises might he have in store for a Mario?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll probably have to find out. Oh, a key. Got the shed key to Mario. Knowing you, it must have been a breeze knocking down Speary, eh? By the way, my pirates say they saw a huge axe flying across the sky. It's probably one of Smithy's nasty friends, so go get him, pal. Well, my gills are failing on me, so I'll be heading back down. Drop in whenever you have the time, okay? Your true mate, Jonathan Johnny Jones. Oh, JJJ. Oh, this song is great. Okay, let's let out the townsfolk. Thanks so much. I've had enough of cramped, dirty old places like this. Hey, fella, you got us out of a bind. Peace, brother. It was mighty unpleasant in here. Thanks for helping us out.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks a lot. Be sure to stop by. Yeah, stop on by.
Thank you for freeing us. I've got to get back to work now, but stop by the inn. I'll see you there. Mario, thank you for saving our little town or seaside. Being the most important person in the village, it was inevitable that I would be tortured. Are you immune to tickle tortures, Mario? Oh, yes, this is for you. Please take it.
Received a 1 coin.
That's from letting him be tortured so much. Well, now I have half a mind to go back and not let him be tortured. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that.
I'm so relieved that all the townsfolk were all right in the end.
Can you believe he didn't just kidnap him? He had the nerve to lock him up, too? Me and my minions never would have pulled a stunt like that.
Really? I seem to recall a certain someone kidnapping me not too long ago.
Yeah, we've gone full Mickey Mouse for Peach.
But no one got hurt, right? So all's well that ends well. Come on, let's scram already. The mold in here is bad for my sensitive nostrils.
Here, here. We should see the sights in town now that it's back to normal. Maybe somebody here could point us toward the next star piece.
That's easier to do than whatever the Peach was that I was doing previously. Yeah, see? You know, you're put on Earth for a reason. I think that's true for everybody. And Cinco, you found a reason. You did. My reason was to inform you all about some deep Tolkien stuff today. That's what I had to do. It's my cross to bear. Anyway, it was a good time. I had a good time. Hope you had a good time. It was fun conversations. Thanks, Cinco, for bringing the heat with that FF12 conversation. You two ravaging justice. Swooping on in. Mr. Tempered, always good to see you. Dawn 2300. Jolly was in here today. Wizard in Blue from earlier. Mage, Rage. I know I'm missing folk. You're all loved. Phantom Streamer and Wesley Shantz over on YouTube. You're all awesome, and I appreciate you very, very much. So, let me see. Who's on today? What are you done today? Still here just eating? Yeah, let's go see Ustrahazu. Well, it's a hard name to spell. It was a surprise weekend stream. It was a delight to chat with you folks. We were watching while playing Skies of Arcadia Legends. Thank you, New Age Retro Mage. Thanks very much. We'll go say hi to Ustra. Give him a follow. All right, my friends. I'll see you Monday. Feed the ducks. Bye-bye.